So let's start things off with the E3 trailers, right? So before we get into
Right.
actual trailers, well, were you following up like the latest news or
Right. So
headlines and stuff that came out?
I was kind of keeping up with it for the most part. You just I seen stuff on Twitter. I see stuff. I was following some of the live streams. But yeah, this E3 was actually pretty good for the most part for me. Just a bunch of trailers, nothing brilliant, just solid trailers throughout, and I just had a lot of fun with a lot of this stuff. Just put a ton of content.
Yeah.
Microsoft had a great trailer. It started off pretty weak because EA had their announcement session, and they only had one game that was of interest, and that was BioWare's latest Anthem, which a lot of people not feeling because there's a lot of bad blood going forward where people who was hating on Mass Effect Andromeda, and then a lot of people who was defending Mass Effect Andromeda, and then they find out because of Anthem, Mass Effect Andromeda suffered. So a lot of people wasn't really feeling Anthem, and then when Anthem came out as a trailer, it was like, all right, well, that's it. Nothing special about this.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I was like, it looked cool.
Right.
I am interested in actually playing it one day, but yeah, I heard about the bad blood. I wasn't too sure what the background behind that was about, like what was going on behind the scenes.
Right. Well, for me, the first thing I want to talk about personally is the trifecta of samurai / ninja games. 3 games that are really, really hyped for. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, I saw that. That's coming out for the
that
PS4.
Looks great.
OMG, visuals. Visuals.
Looking real damn good. And
one scene in particular that I love is like where the hero of his, I don't know what his name is. They called his name out in the trailer, but I just forgot. Where he had to face off against one of his female colleagues in this like nice little samurai battle. It was like,
really badass. Yeah, it looked great.
So gorgeous. I love it.
And the combat doesn't look fully complete. It's looking like they're still in alpha, probably like an early beta still. But that's going to be finished yet. It looks solid.
Yeah. It is.
Then there's a company called From Software.
Mm-hmm.
They most known for for Bloodborne, the Dark Souls franchise, and then Demon Souls. And they're coming out with their own samurai ninja game, Japanese version called Sekiro. That looks great.
All right. I think I've seen.
I'm getting subtitle for it.
I saw like the thumbnail for the trailer, but I was like, I don't really know what that's about, so I avoided it.
Yeah, Sekiro looks great. I forget what's the subtitle for it, but the Sekiro looks awesome. Looks really, really well done. Yeah, pretty hyped for that. So Nioh 2, yeah, the sequel to my favorite game from 2017. That was Nioh. Nioh is excellent for me. It was basically like I thought I was just playing a Japanese Bloodborne, and then I realized I was playing a slow Ninja Gaiden, and then I realized I was playing Diablo 2 all over again, but modernized.
I see.
Just grinding for items and then going up higher and higher levels, and just being a general badass. Nioh 2, yeah, they just had a trailer for it, a quick teaser trailer, but like we didn't have any idea that we was gonna get a sequel at all. And yeah, people was clamoring for a sequel, because Nioh, in my opinion, again, Nioh was just so well done for me. But it had so much untapped potential, and yeah, hopefully we'll get a bunch. It have a ton of ideas that all the fan base and the subreddit and wherever it is talk about. So hopefully you'll get to see all of that.
Right. So
I'm pretty excited for that. Another game that I'm very, very super excited for. Another trailer. Death Stranding by our boy Hideo Kojima.
Yes. I saw the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't understand this whole world where they're using bees
I don't want to know.
as a power source, like
right.
Kind of like a weird warp version of the
people,
Matrix. I don't know.
Right.
But
people need to like settle down and look. Here's the thing. I'm gonna straight up say it. I'm gonna say it. It's a controversial opinion, but we're gonna say it, which is Hideo Kojima is trash.
Say
right?
What?
Right. Hideo Kojima is trash. I think he's trash. However, he is my kind of trash. He is perfectly lined up with all of my dumb sensibilities as a kid. Right, even though his storytelling and narrative is total bananas, let's be clear, the Metal Gear franchise is incoherent nonsense.
Yes, it is.
But it is my incoherent nonsense that falls into line. It feels like a fever dream of the Cold War and geopolitics.
Okay, almost afraid to access, but it's almost like, those dumb kind of cheesy 80s kind of films. It's like that, right?
Yeah. But he does it with such style and irreverence. It's like you can't be mad at the man. So it's like, oh yeah, this is real hard. And I love almost all of the Metal Gear franchise. Probably the only one I don't like as much as the others is probably 4. 4 just went on too long, and he had his head up his ass a little too much. And then, well, 5 suffered because of, well, his bad history with Konami.
Right.
But I ended up really liking 5 for the little that 5 gave us. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for this game. I don't want to know what the story is. I don't want to know. I want to learn about this world while playing the game.
Same here.
So I don't want to know people complaining about, oh, you ain't telling anything about the game and you ain't telling anything. Look, the game could be total nonsense, but I want to find out that it's total nonsense. I don't want to figure out and try to, people like to spoil things for themselves before they watch something.
Right.
Now, I want to do that. Jump into it. I want to jump in as blind as I can, and I'm going to be excited for this. What else?
Fair enough.
What else? A bunch of other games got announced. Spider-Man looked great.
Yes, Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4 looks excellent. One question, right? So I only saw one of the 2 gameplay trailers. I only saw like the shorter one. That's the one where he went into the jail and the prisoners came out, right? And all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Who was that guy in the white jacket who came out of the helicopter?
Negative Man? I want to say Negative Man. I forget.
Like, who is he?
No, yeah, it's a comic character. I think it's Negative Man. I forget his name. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, he's a character. It's not, they didn't invent anybody new for this. It's a character who was established in the comic.
Right.
Then what else? Boy, you have a bunch of games a bunch of great trailers, but I forget.
I fortunately for me, I have a list right here. Right. just stuff that I saw and which stood out to me, right?
Just drop some names and I'll try to remember.
Dropping names,
yes,
right? Dropping names like dimes, right? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate looks decent.
Of course. I remember that. Did that coming after?
Yeah. Also impressed by Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes, that's one. That's a big game. I'm just trying to remember.
I'm loving them visuals, even though I'll say I love the visuals for one thing. The narration sounds excellent. One thing though, it does feel like a hodgepodge of Cyberpunk scenarios, but I guess that's the point of it. But I'm loving what I've seen here thus far.
Yes, that's why I'm a little worried about the game. So for me, much like how, remember I keep telling you why I don't like Game of Thrones and why I don't like a bunch of like franchises like Witcher and these kind of games. Not because they're bad games or anything like that. The problem is that the setting and scenario is a little too played out. Much like how European sword and sorcery is played out, in my opinion. Cyberpunk, right, is pretty played out. Sorry, especially that particular aesthetic. So I can't get into Deus Ex simply because the aesthetic just played out for me. But it's not that it's bad, eh? And with this, again, that same feeling, like, yes, this company makes fantastic games, which is a solid franchise, really, really great franchise.
Yes.
But because and the world building is pretty good, but because the aesthetic not new and not feeling fresh, I can't get into it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to play the game. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the game. I've watched a bit of gameplay from it. It looks great. I could see myself getting into it. But they got to do something real interesting. And I hope they have a couple like Snow Crash callbacks or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like if you know what listening to reason means, everyone should listen to reason. I hope they have reason in the game. That is all I'll say. Right?
Okay.
That's a big spoiler for Snow Crash. I hope they put that in the game. I hope it's like a secret unlockable or something. It looks great. It looks like a great world, but it really looks like typical cyberpunk tropes that we see before, tried and true. Not necessarily an insult, but you could do something a little fresher. But the story I expect to be solid. So we'll see what they'll do with that.
Right.
What else?
What else? Halo Infinite.
Yeah, not too hyped because I'm not a Halo fan, but if you're a Halo fan,
same here too. But trailer looks alright, even though it's just a lot of build up to, oh well, here's Master Chief. That's it. That's really it. Really.
Yeah, it didn't really do much, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I get the feeling it's gonna be Halo, but with the whole Fortnite PUBG aesthetic. That's what I get the feeling is.
Right.
It might be that. It might be exploration because everybody jumping on that bandwagon now. So. The other game I want to mention, which I'm a little bit disappointed that they're going in this direction with, Fallout 76.
Not a bad trailer. Classic song that they use, but still, I was like, all right, okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. Fallout 4 is the game that is one of the few games where I play a lot.
Mm-hmm. I
played a lot of Fallout 4, but I really hated the main story of it. But it had everything else in it you enjoyed, and I enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed the combat a lot. Enjoy a lot of the things, but they had so many dumb bullshit things in Fallout 4 that didn't really kill the experience overall, but the main story, especially when you played when it first came out, was a big disappointment for me.
Okay.
But when Fallout 4 got all the content and you could download the mods you want and whatever it is, it's a fun time for me.
Right.
But Fallout 76, they decided to do this again. They're doing the PUBG Fortnite thing, and I'm not a fan of that, frankly. From what I understand, it don't have any NPCs, and you have to play roles in it. And I was like, yeah, but
Really?
like that's not
Okay.
yeah, and like that's not Fallout. Like what make Fallout work is because it's just you and you're exploring shit by yourself and you're kind of isolated. But apparently you could have a bunch of other players in the game with you. And I was like, nah, if you're doing like maybe like 1 or 2, 3 players popping in and popping out of your game, and you are allowing that, that's fine. I know there's a single player experience in general, so that's fine, but I don't know what they're doing with it exactly. But it just seems like Fallout is the franchise it is more experimented with rather than actually, doing something interesting and innovative.
Right.
And I'm a little disappointed with that. Fallout 4 was a big disappointment because the main story was dumb and didn't make any goddamn sense. But the rest of the experience was great, for me, at least.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, the beta is coming out November this year, so I guess you can check it out. Well, if you have an Xbox One, of course. Well,
Windows 10 and Xbox One does have stuff anyway, so most likely I'll be doing that. I don't own an Xbox One.
Neither me. And I don't have intentions to anytime soon.
Come back. Yeah, exactly.
Also in terms of Xbox One, we're getting Gears 5. Trailer looks good.
Gears 5, yeah, that looks pretty good. Because Gears 4 is a game that I didn't love all that much, but I thought it was a solid, expansion from the world. They get into Marcus' kids, they focus on that, and then they have a little bit of Marcus himself in the storyline. They had a lot of overlap with a generational passing on, and then they had a big plot point that carried on from that game, which is one of the characters is implied is something mixed with Lucas, or she have something in her. And so they continue that and they make it into a story. It's like, yeah, great, this is what you have to do with that. So I hope the writing is good, and yeah, pretty excited for that. I'm going to be playing that.
Yeah, for sure. Also, still keeping it with Xbox One. One that I was a little underwhelmed by, maybe just because I'm not a big fan of the franchise anyway. Devil May Cry 5.
Right. Yeah, right.
That them voice, dude, the dialogue and the voice, just the vocal talent. No.
Much like.
No.
Yeah,
terrible.
much like.
Like I don't know if this is just something that Capcom just loves to associate themselves with just bad dubbing, but it just sounds awful.
Devil May Cry, yeah. Devil May Cry is another example of trash, but your kind of trash. But in this case, it's just not my kind of trash. So I can't get into it. But yeah, I was a big fan of 3. So who am I to talk, right? So I don't know. But yeah, I remember that. And then Old Man Dante looked hilarious, however.
We also saw a trailer for Battlefield 5, which looks good. Looks pretty good. Can't complain about that.
Yeah.
A little
not
unbelievable
a player, but
well, neither me. That's
yeah,
the thing,
well.
And speaking of Capcom, we also got our trailer for Resident Evil 2.
At least
the voice acting looks better. Sorry, sounds better.
That looks great to me.
Like, oh my god, the lighting in that trailer.
I'm really excited for that because
everything brilliant.
I never got into Resident Evil since 4. Like I didn't care for 5. I thought 5 was just felt a little flat for me. I didn't really care. Although I know a lot of people who like 5, but I didn't like 5 at all. Loved 4, didn't care for 5, hated 6, and then 7 was such a different experience. I had to kind of judge it differently. But 7 was pretty badass on its own. Right. This one looks great. It has again back 2, but we have the aesthetic of 4. And with modern technology, you can't go wrong. It looks great. I'm really excited for this one. I'm most likely going to be getting that.
I hope so too. It actually is coming out on Steam as well as Xbox One and PS4. So whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wow.
Looks fine.
Oh, shit, no, the thing is, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan, but it's one of those things is like
me.
you feel happy for fans of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
It looks insane.
Yeah.
Because they do the whole Jack Sparrow stuff, the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I was like, well, we're looking dread.
But dude, just the character design of Jack Sparrow and the other cast on the show looks near spot on though. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I like how they maintain that because yes, they are live action characters, and like when it comes to characters like Hercules, they look like just how they did from the movie. Same thing for Elsa from Frozen. She's there.
Right, from Frozen.
Olaf is there. So but to me, it looks like what you'd expect from a Kingdom Hearts game. So I can't complain. I'm not a big fan of them neither, but I check it out. Looks nice. There was one for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Honestly, I've never played the first one, but I mean, I love the trailer. I love the visuals.
The trailer, yeah. I was a little disappointed. We didn't get to see any gameplay because that's a game franchise. Now, I'm not a super deep cut fan of that. But it's a game that I got into a lot later, and I was like, all right, I could see why people love this. and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it going forward. But right. I know they do something with the girl, and she's a villain now apparently. So right.
That was the chick that came in the end. Cause I was like, who's this?
Right, and she was the hero of the first game.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I want to see what they're going to do with that.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Another game that I wish I could get into, but I just haven't, unfortunately. Just Cause 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a fan of this franchise, but it's one of those wild out, much like a Crackdown 3. It's just a game you had to sit down and wild out to it. I used to play a little bit of Crackdown 2, not the biggest fan because you just get bored of it after a while. So for me at least, I can't get into this. I need a story. Sorry. Yeah. I need a clear arc, whatever.
Right. Trailer wise, I kind of don't like the fact that you're hearing this guy talking about, well, in this game you get to do more this, you get to do more disaster software. It's right. Stop telling me what the game is about. Just show me this dread shit, alright?
Yeah.
So I wasn't really that wowed by that trailer, even though the visuals look really dope, right? Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So we go in all 300 now.
I was surprised.
We go in all 300
Yeah,
with this
I was surprised how good this look.
Okay.
I was actually surprised. Because I know
there was just one tiny little shot. I think this is around the scene where the guys, like, I see three fellas was like drinking in some kind of pub. There was one little moment that I felt they could have tweaked a lot better, but other than that, everything else looked gorgeous. I love that shot where like where you saw the hero like swimming in the ocean, and you swear you're seeing like this city that kind of sunk in the water, and as you see it from that upward perspective now. That looks really good. Yeah. And they're doing the whole 300 thing where you jump in for the kill, that kind of thing. But I don't know, I just love this trailer overall though. Love it.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how well done they did this. Like, we go in there. Because you can see the Assassin's Creed franchise, you could go kind of anywhere with it in history, and it'll work. And it still has so much unexplored kick-ass history to do. You could do Mansa Musa, you could do Genghis Khan, you could do all that shit now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But this looks great. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, me too. One of the more intriguing trailers we got, kind of funny when you think about it, is the one for Skyrim, very special edition. Now, I'm not a big Skyrim fan or, Elder Scrolls and stuff, so I was looking at it, I was like, hey, look, Keegan-Michael Key there, and okay, they're using Alexa here, so at first I was wondering if it was like a joke or something like that, but then apparently it's like a real, like, skill that is set up for Alexa.
It's a joke.
Something, I'm not sure what's better.
No, it's a running joke because the joke was, Skyrim on everything now. Remember Todd Howard was playing Skyrim on pretty much anything. Right. Mostly to test the engine and what you could do with that. So that's the running joke anyway. It's like Skyrim everywhere, okay.
Yeah. And speaking of Elder Scrolls,
that's a funny bit,
yeah, it was. Also speaking of Elder Scrolls, you also got a teaser for the Elder Scrolls 6. It's just landscape title, boom, the end. I was like, all right, well. But one teaser trailer that I really enjoyed though was the one for Doom Eternal, boy.
Yes.
Damn.
Holy shit.
It is like hell on earth though. Them visuals. Yeah. Literal hell on earth though.
Right. And I was a huge fan of Doom 2016. Big fan of that game. Really, really well done. Mm-hmm. Wish we got more in the single player. I thought we should have gotten some DLC. Multiplayer was a bit of a disappointment, but the single player game was just badass and amazing. So yeah, I'm waiting for more. Definitely buying that day one. Most like I might even pre-order. Might. Yeah.
Well, good news though. The live stream for the gameplay reveal is gonna be August 10th at QuakeCon. So already subscribed to Doom, so I'm going to check it out. And last but certainly not least, the best, most impressive trailer I have seen for E3 of 2018, The Last of Us Part 2. God.
Yeah, damn. Yeah.
Everything about it looks. The detail in the characters, the faces, from the transition from cutscene to gameplay, where you saw because I haven't played the first one, I don't really know the characters. Yeah, Suma, whatever, right? Where Homegirl had the knife to the guy's neck and slit it, and then it went straight into gameplay. Was just so seamless, though. The action.
Okay, so a lot of people saying,
wow.
As I say, a lot of people arguing it may not be gameplay. But it could be. Most likely it is, and it looks great too. It really looks great.
Yeah, it does. And I don't know. I just feeling bad. I just never got around to playing it. I mean, Suma, I don't have a PS4. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have one.
Yeah. No, the first game is the first one is a masterpiece, borderline masterpiece in my opinion. And in the DLC, you find out that's when in the first game's DLC, one of the big deals, or at least DLC expansion, something along those lines. You found out the character was gay for the first time. It's like, oh, okay, and they established that. So all these idiots who complained about.
I was kind of wondering if that whole scene with her and the girl at the sort of band dance, whatever it is, if that's some kind of big shock and reveal now, you know.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, I want to know. I want to know what happened to the other character she was with in the beginning in the DLC. I was like, oh, what happened to her? So we'll see. Whatever.
Right. But yeah.
Stories.
This to me is easily the best trailer. I am really excited to play this, even though, like I said, I don't have a PS4, but somehow, some way, I just want to get my hands on one and just play this. I'm just loving everything about it. There were moments in the trailer itself where I was like rather like on the edge of my seat to it. Like when those characters were trying to kill her. Like, it just kind of brought me back to that whole survival. Well, I guess it is a survival, game anyway. So, it, just for impacting me that much. Yeah, I'm really excited to play this.
Right. Sorry. Well, I want to see where they're going with the story now, because, I mean, Joe's arc was next up. Joe's arc was perfect, and I don't know what they're going to do with Ellie and who going forward and who what not now. So, I don't know what they're going to do, because I think, well, I'm not sure what happened with the virus. I'm not sure. We had to play the first game to piece together what's going on, but whatever, we'll find out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as far as trailers go, those were the ones that I checked out. Maybe I know there were a few that came out, but that were released as well. But I just didn't get around to watching those. But the ones that I called out were the ones that stood out the most to me out of all of them.
Yeah.
Right. So moving along from video games now we're gonna get into the world of rap, the world of hip hop music, and the long-awaited album from one of rap's most legendary figures. Of course, we're talking about Nasir Jones, aka Nas himself.
Yeah.
Brought out his 12th studio album called Nasir. The thing is with this album here, it is produced also. Well, it is produced by Kanye West, and for a second I was wondering if it was gonna come out from his good music label, but actually no, it's from Nas's record label. Well, yes, he does have a record label, by the way, called Master Appeal Records. That's where Ronnie Jules currently part of, and Def Jam Recordings as well. And this is the latest album from Nas. The last one he brought out was 2012's Life is Good, which was an album that I liked, but I didn't love as much. Even though there were a few bright spots, like, Bye Baby, which was his goodbye song to, his ex-wife, Kellis.
Well, we gotta talk about that, because we gotta talk about that.
We gotta talk about her too. And a couple other tracks as well. The one with him and what's her face? Amy Winehouse. It was a nice track, but it wasn't one that it wasn't one that I wanted to get back to, to be honest. It was kind of weird. In case you're wondering what my favorites are, for one thing, Illmatic still remains on top. Still the best album he's ever done, debut. I personally am a fan of Hip Hop Is Dead. I know a lot of people did not really like the album that much, but I thought that was like Nas just returned to form with that one. And then I think it's like a few years prior to that we had Stillmatic, which was like, his triumph and return. Nas on top. One mic, rest is history, right?
Yeah.
But one thing though, before we get to the actual album itself, pretty interesting enough is a couple of years ago when DJ Khaled brought out his album Major Key, there's a particular track on that called Nas Album Done. And we were all like, it's just a full Nas solo track, right? We loved it, right? Even with the Fuji La sample in the background. Great track, right? The video is straight up ridiculous. It's all Khaled just kind of being in the forefront.
So stupid.
Even right
with Oxrankin.
Yeah. And even get oh gosh, I forget that guy named, the one who sing Ricardo Drew. No, I talk about the soca star, Ricardo Drew. Yeah, he was
right.
Like, it was just all over the place though, but it was what it was, right? So at the time I was telling myself, okay, this thing gonna come out. When's it gonna come out? No word from them. And then the big announcement with Kanye and just these 7-track projects that he dropping all summer. Not the first half of the summer, but just like the first month of the summer basically. And Nas' name just popped up. I was like, what? Okay. What going on here? Yeah. And then the subject of albums itself, just as far as the ones that Kanye dropped. Pusha T's Daytona, still great. Ye wasn't really a big fan of that one. But we didn't talk about Kids See Ghosts though.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that yet.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. It's
no, I didn't
listen to it.
Okay.
It's good, but it's not great at all. I like the experimental vibe of it. But,
right.
Because I mean, we are talking about this guy. We are talking about Kid Cudi as well. Okay, he always has this kind of experimental psychedelic way to his music, and it was just basically him and Kanye just complementing each other. But I like how cathartic it was. It was more like them kind of facing their fears, their flaws and whatnot, and just putting it out there now. So it has that kind of feel like they're rising above their insecurities and all that kind of stuff, basically. But I would say this easily that it is better than Ye, in my opinion. It feels more focused than Ye. Ye was just kind of all over the place, and then it was like, oh well, it's because I'm bipolar, man. So it's like I don't.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly, I preferred Kids See Ghosts than Ye. Ye to me is like the weakest project that he has put out thus far in this whole surgical summer thing that he's doing here. But with Nasir boy, now here's the thing, right? I do not want to put this thing on this like pedestal and say that it is the greatest thing that Nasir's ever done and is the best album of the year and blah blah blah. But I would put it on my best stuff list for sure. I just had to spoil it. It's a great album. It's a great album.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So I give it 2 spins. So I'll just do like a track by track review of it. Fortunately, it's 7 tracks again, so that's easy for me. But also the interesting thing is that I didn't even pick up on it till like in the halfway point of the first time I was listening to it. Is that each track, or at least the theme of each track, is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Pride, wrath, gluttony, sloth, lust, greed, and envy. If you see David Fincher's 7, right off there, right? So when I listened to it again, and I was like digging in deep to what he was saying, it's like, okay, now I understand where he's coming from, because it's almost like these things are part of Nasir's persona, part of his character, and they're part of us as well too. But if we're not careful, then these things will kind of overpower us, and we won't be the people that we should be or destined to be, basically. So that's what I got out of this album overall, right? So feel free to cut in and let me know what you thought about each particular track as I go along, right? So first track we have is Not For Radio. This is features Puff Daddy. That's what he calling himself now, not Daddy anymore. I know, maybe just going back to the Hate Me Now 1999 phase, I don't know, maybe. And 070 Shake, who showed up on Daytona and And I was about to say Kids See Ghosts, but she wasn't on that she wasn't on that album, right? So this track in particular focuses on pride, but in this case it's about black pride. It's about proud of being black and whatnot, right? So I love the triumphant kind of cinematic sounding beat that Kanye West and Mike Dean produced. I believe they pulled it from some soundtrack or something. So it has a kind of soundtrack feel to it now, like from some kind of old school movie. But for the life of me, I really don't know what the name of that movie is. And just in that one track alone, you're just given a reminder of what makes Nas so iconic. His references to his blunt political statements, with all these historical claims, just all these things, and he also touches on the reality of living in the hood and getting out of the hood as well. So like political wise, there's a line where he says SWAT was created to stop the Panthers, Glocks were created for murder enhancement. Historical stuff, he says Abe Lincoln did not free the enslaved, progress was made because we forced the proclamation. Reality of living in the hood, he says, in my hood, fear does a few things. Makes you pussy, makes you a snitch, make irrational moves, or even turn you to food. And he even talks about getting out the hood, just being able to be successful on your own. So for one thing, I like the hook that 070 Shake provides. It's very effective, I love the hard drums, I love the hand claps there. What's funny to it is Puff Daddy himself, that the way how pretty much he's doing the same thing that he did in Heat, just doing these like
Pretty much,
ad-libs
yeah.
that just shouted all over the place there. So I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know well, same thing that he did with Biggie on some of the diss tracks off of Life After Death now. He same kind of thing.
Yeah.
He even mentioned one little line that I swear he pulled from one of Biggie's tracks, which is, "See, we don't care what you think about us now." Overall, I think this is a great way to start the album off, just from a lyrical and production standpoint. And yeah, I really enjoyed it there. So, what were your thoughts on Not For Radio?
Yeah. Great opening track. Again, yeah. P Diddy catch me off guard. I was like, wait, Diddy? All right, we'll do it. We're going with this. Yeah.
I wonder who organized that though. I feel it's Kanye, you know.
Right.
Yeah, how to be. But yeah, you were saying?
Yeah. It's just a solid opening track. I get it when I was listening to it in the live stream. I was like, yeah, all right, we're going with this, and it kind of wake me up to the track because it had a big silent period during the stream now. So I was like, all right, cool, we'll go with that.
Right. So next track we have one of my personal favorites, "Cops Shot the Kid," featuring Kanye West. Now before we get to the actual song itself, this one, from what I've gathered from the second time I listened to it, is about rat. So in this case, it's more from, because he's talking about police brutality against African Americans. So in this case, I'm thinking it's
right, because the cover of the album. Yeah, and the cover of the album has that, aesthetic on it. I'm not sure where they got that picture from or where it's from.
I don't know neither, but I'm wondering if they photographed it for the album or if they just picked it from.
It looked like a legit old photo now. It's kind of like with the old Whitney Houston thing now.
Yeah.
For this fella now.
Yeah, but it's a great photo though. But you're right. I really do want to know where they got that from. So they're more focusing on just the violence that white cops throw at African American youth basically. So they use this sample, vocal sample and drum pattern from Slick Rick's Children's Story, one of the greatest rap songs ever. And just the moment that beat starts, boy, I was just like bouncing in my seat, and I was like, "Wow, this real man though." I mean, it's bouncy, it's dope, but it's dark as well, and I almost guarantee the old heads when they hear this song, they can just be throwing up their hands and just going crazy.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Great beat. I love this, right? Nas and Kanye deliver a great verse each. They're talking about police brutality here, and I love how the beat kind of matches the grittiness of the lyrics too. And even here, like this kind of spooky scream, like basically, right? They lift that from this Richard Pryor stand-up performance. They use like a snippet of it in the intro, and I love how it kind of just leads into the actual song itself. But yeah, in short, I love this track. Easily one of the best songs on the album thus far. So thoughts on Cops Shot the Kid?
Yeah, I love it. There's a standout for me as well. Again, when you just hear that classic 80s beat again, it sounds like a Slick Rick.
Cop Shot the Kid, like I love that. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Next track we have is White Label, and just off that title alone, this is just my assumption here. This one focuses on gluttony, but in this case is more about the overindulgence of wealth, because on this track here, Nas is just like talking about all these items, all these things that rich people could afford, like smoking Cuban cigars and going dining in an Italian restaurant, all that kind of stuff. So it's more like just the glitz and glamour being rich, but how he frames it here is basically that he worked hard to reach where he's at, but he had to be careful not to be overpowered by all this wealth, you know what I mean? Whether it's financially, as in, just blowing all his money away on just meaningless nonsense, or spiritually, because he's always conscious of himself now, spiritually and artistically as well, you know what I mean? Because he could just kind of half-ass everything and still get money at the end of the day. But he's not that type of person. He's always kind of make sure he puts out the best product he could put out, right? The beat itself was interesting because like there's no hi-hats, there's no snares, no drum beats, it's just like they just lift this beat from this vinyl record. It does have this vinyl record kind of sound to it. The name of the song itself is called Prison Song. It's a cover, a 1974 cover of it from this Iranian singer. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name. But oh yes, and they also have this guy, the Fuzzy Jones guy, the one who you heard from Mercy, the Jamaican dancehall artist. You know, the one who's be like, well, listen, you weeping in emotion. That guy, he's there. But he just kind of shows up periodically now. But I love just how obscure the beat sounds. Like, it really does sound like something from some weird sort of 70s art film or something like that. And it just kind of matches basically with what he's talking about, being able to go all over the world and, you know, buy what he wants and does what he wants, basically. So, basically, it's one that I wasn't wowed by the first time I listened to it, but I know that the more that I do listen to it, the more it will grow on me. But other than that, yeah, so it was solid.
Yeah, good track as well. I didn't spend too much time on this one because I think I was outside while the thing was going on, talking to a friend during the live stream. I didn't listen to the album, so I only listened to the live stream and all those tracks now. So I don't know. So I didn't get into it so much, but it didn't stick out for me, unfortunately.
Right. But the next track, fortunately, is a lot better, right? This one is called Bonjour. Still don't know why we call this guy the world famous, but world famous Tony Williams. This one here focuses on lust, so more like sexual desire here. Now. So what I love here with the beat that Kanye does is like the drums now. So like it has like these strings that going on, right? And like the drums itself kind of time, like they match perfectly with the strings itself now. Then you have some vocalizing in the background, some female vocalizers, sounds gorgeous. And it just comes together like in this sort of, how to say, it has this kind of smoothness, this kind of elegant kind of feel to it. Like something that you will hear like in a restaurant, like if you go there, like this would be the kind of music that you will hear now. I thought that Tony Williams' hook kind of complements the beat. It's very glamorous, you know, he talks about bonjour, you know, it sounds very seductive as well now. And Nas basically just continuing the whole theme of wealth from White Label. He's more talking about just, you know, picking up women, finding them, finding the right partner basically, starting a family and still maintaining the wealth though. So I like how in the first two verses he's talking about his wealth and how he could pick up this girl and whatnot. But then in the final verse he's more like he's self-aware of just how long he'll be rich now. So he says all this money we get in could be gone in a minute if we don't invest it. We long-term affected. Watch who you getting pregnant. That's long-term stressing. I thought that kind of sums up the track perfectly. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I love this beat. It's a beat that you could just kind of rock back and just chill to.
Okay, so I remember some friends were telling me that. Yeah, some friends, when the track started, I had a friend, I'm not sure where he get his information from, but he said that this was supposed to be the Drake diss.
Oh, really?
I have no idea if that's the case. Yeah, I have no clue if that's the case, but apparently, I don't think so, though. I could hear it, but I didn't listen to this track too many times. Got it again. This was the listening party I had myself. And, it was a solid track. I really liked it, but I was listening for the lyrics now. As if it was a Drake list. So that probably distracted from me enjoying the track too much. But yeah, this is a great track as well. This one that stood out for me as well. Pretty good. Does a lot of it flows and works quite well.
Yes,
and I thoroughly enjoy this as well.
Right. So next track here, I'm gonna say this right now, probably is my favorite track on the entire album. Everything. Featuring The Dream and Kanye West. And this one, although I didn't pick up on it the first time, but the second time when I was thinking about the whole 7 deadly sins here, this one focuses on greed, just wanting everything. I don't know, but like the first time I heard it, I was just like blown away by it now. So it's the longest track on the album. It's like 7 minutes and 32 seconds, and I don't know, boy, it's everything about it just worked though. It's the most beautiful, it's the most powerful, most emotional moment on the album. Like, I would dare say that everything works on this song now. Like, this is like one of the best instances of Kanye singing I have ever heard. Like, seriously, I didn't know the man could like pelt it out like that. No, like belt it out. Sorry. Like, wow, like when he sings if I could change anything, I could change everything. You know what I mean? Just the way how he sings that, it's just beautiful though. And, you know, The Dream as well, he sounds brilliant on this as well. I love the supported vocals from Caroline Shaw. I love the slow, kind of atmospheric, almost heavenly beat from Kanye and Mike Dean.
Yeah.
And we get some 3 powerful verses from Nas now. And here is where, although I don't think this is a main issue, but it almost feels like okay, like say yes, it's about greed, but Nas just talks about a whole bunch of stuff now. But I guess the overall
Yeah.
message kind of ties up to the same thing. So man talks about a whole set of things. So he talk about he even mentions the Starbucks incident with the fellow who was got arrested by the
Right.
cops. He
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
wanting to buy land from the slave owners, Um, so basically, the second verse was pretty interesting to me because talking about like when you have your newborn, when you have a child, and you have to immunize that
Right.
child, or have that child immunized, I should say, what's going on in that child's head? That child is like, why would you allow this stranger to inject a needle into me? And what if this thing that's being
Right.
injected into me is not gonna help me out when I get older in the long run? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I wasn't a fan of that statement because it had an anti-vaxxer vibe to it.
yeah. So I mean, there's
right,
lots
so
there's lots of things going on, a lot of things to just unpack in this, and given that the track is so long, yeah, there's lots of things you just had to dig in deep to. But as the chorus suggests, with all the bad things in the world, all the fear and whatnot, we all kind of wish that we could pretty much change everything now, and then almost kind of
Yeah.
want everything in the end of the day now. So I guess that's why the chorus works so much. So for me, this is truly a powerhouse of a song. I absolutely love this track, production wise. The chorus, performed from the Dream and Kanye West. Of course, the verses from Nas, they're just so full of like ideas and thoughts and just knowledge, but just a wealth of knowledge in that one song. Absolutely love it. 10 out of 10
Right.
for me. So, what are your thoughts on everything? Do you think it lived
great.
up to the hype, or it was just like, well,
No, it's again, it's the problem with the little conspiracy theory stuff that really I wasn't a fan of because that's the implication. But whatever, it's Nas, it's fine.
yeah, you can
but,
expect that from Nas. He would say what he wanted to say.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it's a solid track for me as well. Not a breakaway, because I think the track after this is the one that stuck out for me that I really like. But yeah, you'll get to it right now.
Yeah. This was the one that I still have to decipher because there's a lot of things thematically that's going on, right? And
Right.
reason being is that this is the one deadly sin that's kind of hard to categorize anyway. Adam and Eve featuring a dream. This one
Yeah.
focuses on
Yeah.
slut. So in this case, it's
Yeah.
more like a generational thing, more like wanting to change for the better, but then you look back at like your generation, and you see your generation not really doing anything, and if you decide to follow that path, then your seeds will probably do the same thing, instead of you just making that decision and saying, okay, I'm going to change for the better and inspire others to do the same thing. So in short, it's really about being lazy to change one's life, right?
Right.
I love the piano sample on this, which is lifted from
Yes.
another 70s record. I love it's so infectious though. That dun 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 dun, that thing. I love that. The instrumental as a whole is moody, but I love how Nas just kind of talks about just like his day-to-day life. Like he could get up, he could walk, he could smoke a blunt, and he could go to this restaurant with his girl because he make that decision to have a great life now, and he could celebrate the fruits
Yeah.
of his labor. But in the last verse here, I like where he says, there's people older than me that still envying me, still not doing anything. It's like I have seats for you at my table, but you're not coming through now. So what's going on?
Yeah.
The hook itself, which the Dream performs, the whole Adam and Eve thing, saying that the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree thing. That is the one that still not 100% sure I get the full context of that, because it
Right.
does sound kind of metaphorical, and you could interpret it different ways. Because I was thinking
Yeah.
about it in terms of like what Nas was saying on the album itself, but
Yeah.
it's almost to the point that the stuff that he is enjoying almost could kind of come back, and like he could become overpowered by that same thing, which is the same topic that he focused on
Right.
with White Label now. Start thinking that both songs connect in a way, and hence why the chorus is what it is though. But this is one that I definitely want I know that with every listen that I give this, I'm gonna pick up on something new and fresh and thought provoking. So yeah, generally love this track here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well-
This is probably my favorite track on. This is probably my favorite track on the album because of that piano riff.
Yes,
It just
riff
works.
I even
Yeah, it
when it's
works so
slowed down
perfectly
at
well
the
for-
end, even when it's slowed down at the end, it sounds brilliant. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It just feels like classic Nasir.
Yeah,
Classic Nas, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It really, really harkens back to our past now that comes back. So it's excellent, excellent nostalgia, but still that's a generally good track in total, for me at least.
Right. So last but not least, we have Simple Things, and this one, this is one of the tricky ones, but not tricky from my perspective, but what we'll get into in terms of the kind of controversy around the album. Well, I guess it is kind of a controversy, kind of in a way, but we'll get to that. And this track here focuses on envy, but in Nas's case, he more kind of spins it as, thinly veiled like criticism of his life and career. This one is the shortest track on the album, and one gripe is that I wish that it could have been a little bit longer. Like he could have just delivered one more verse. He just gives us two, and then just kind of stops right there.
Right.
But it is a rather bittersweet way to end the album off altogether. So he's focusing on jealousy, but more particularly those who are just jealous of him and who use criticism of his life and his past to attack him now. His brags and boasts sound very authentic, even if you kind of don't want to believe it. Like, for example, where he says, "Never sold a record for the beat. It's my verses they purchase. Without production, I'm worthless, but I'm more than the surface. Want me to sound like every song on the top 40. I'm not for you. You're not for me. You bore me. I drop lines prestigious schools read to their students." Kind of a big claim, but maybe. Look at my album plaques. Somebody agrees with the music. Really big claims though, you know what I mean, when you think about it, right? But I like at the end of the day, he just wants his simple things in life, and he wants his kids to have the same peace that he's blessed with, and it kind of ends there, and not to be like bound or typecast by certain things from his past. It's like he mentions Kellis, for example, and then we'll talk about it near the end. So for me, while I wish that this was a stronger way to end off the album, it was fairly decent. I get where he's coming from, but I just wish that the song could have been longer and we could have just had one more verse where he could have just kind of summed things up. Because here, he is seeing... I do understand where he's coming from, but I know there will be a lot of people that will just kind of misinterpret what he's saying and say that he's not responsible, he's not accepting responsibility for the things that he did. And now we'll jump into the big controversy here. So... after listening to this album and telling myself, I love this album, this is great, one of the best for the year, I was doing a little search on YouTube, and then I bounced up this Hip Hop DX video, right? So they were talking about the listening party and how people were reacting to it. People loved it. Swiss Beats was there. If you saw his reaction to Cops Shot the Kid, it's brilliant. I love it. But then some people went up on Twitter and saying how you could support Nas when Kellis came out and say that she was assaulted by him, and then she came out and was talking about instances when he got drunk and he beat up on her and all that kind of stuff. My thoughts on it, right? Now, I hate this. I don't know. This felt bad for me. That I just hate the fact that I listened to 7 tracks of an album, loved it, right, and then for like this bombshell to come and hit you, like, oh wow, he apparently beat up on Kellis, and now I'm not supposed to like the album because even those people on Twitter, those people who who mentioned that, were saying, how you can support this album when it's from a guy who beat up his ex-wife, that kind of stuff now. So, like, I don't want that case to tarnish my love for the album, because I really do love it, right? And I don't want to speak for Nas, but I'm assuming, or at least I could safely assume, that he has understood what he did wrong. Maybe he hasn't opened up to it, maybe he didn't say anything in the press or anything like that, but I know that he must have felt some kind of hurt, or some guilt or regret for doing what he did. It's not like he's some kind of absolute monster and he get away with it. I mean, look at the album cover for Life is Good. It's the green wedding dress that Kellis left when she left it, basically. So, to me, it kind of it feels like an acknowledgement that, yes, I fucked up, but I'm sorry. I wish you could understand that, but I know that it's not going to work out anyway, hence the last track of, Life is Good, Bye Baby, right? It's done. It's over, right? So, I don't know, like, I know people are just going to have this kind of agenda and be like, oh, you shouldn't listen to this because it's from a guy who does this, It's almost the same, although I don't want to compare it too much. Like, say, those actors who coming out, on sexual allegation cases. It was like, why should you like this movie because he's in it, but look at what he did to this chick, all that kind of stuff there. So it's kind of hard to really, it's kind of hard to not think about it. But for me, I think the music should speak for itself. You worry about what the artist is doing behind the scenes. So, with Kanye West, we were all like, fuck Kanye and what he say about slavery. But when Ye come out, people were putting this thing on, praising this thing to high heaven. I didn't really like the album that much. But I guess by years end, more people will be talking about the albums that he's put out, production and, vocal wise,
Right.
as opposed to what he said about slavery. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I think music speaks for itself, right? So, what are your thoughts on this?
I have to enjoy the album and separate the artist from the art. Nas, the thing is, Nas acknowledged a lot of this a long time ago, from what I understand, because most of this was in the divorce proceedings, if I remember correctly. And since Life is Good, it was to me largely acknowledged. It is unfortunate that this had to play out this way. And question, not sure if you're going to acknowledge him or not. It's nowhere near as bad as Me Too movement stuff, and I don't want to go as far as saying this is a private affair and whatnot, but he had to suss this out on his own, and we'll see going forward if he really acknowledges properly. But this is something that he can't be doing, unfortunately. Not sure if he could be ignoring Nas, because a lot of people just kind of push it under the table. But we will see going forward.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, so in short though, just going back to Nasir, I love this album. The first time that I listened to it, I was blown away. But I really want to be careful not to jump on the bandwagon and be like, this is the best album of the year and this is the best thing that Nas has ever done. No, it's not. And I would say for people who are like diehard Nas fans, I would suggest don't go in there with expectations too high, wanting to put this thing on a high pedestal because it's the new Nas album we were waiting for 4 years, you know what I mean? But just still, or 6 years or whatever it is, but just treat it as a solid project from a legendary MC. That is what it is. While it's not like an absolute 10 out of 10, this big masterpiece, because it, like I would say, just slight little nitpicks. You're not gonna get like top tier lyricism, with this one here. But the man does make his points. He makes them well. He makes statements whether you like it or not, and just his delivery is still on point. The production is on point throughout. There was no moment where I was like, okay, not really feeling this beat, not really feeling this sample, or whatever it is. Everything works. As far as this project goes here, Nasir, I absolutely loved it. So for me, this gets a decent 4.5 out of 5. This is going to be on my hopefully will be on my top 10 list for sure. But then again, for me, I'm going to do like a top 18. So I hope that this one is on the top 10. And I would say, just in terms of like Kanye's production, this kind of rivals Daytona in terms of just the best stuff that he has put out for this surgical summer. We're supposed to get in Tiana Taylor's stuff this Friday time of this recording. I know I haven't listened to a project from her as yet, but maybe that one might blow my way too, so who knows. But yeah, if you're a Nas fan, you're gonna love this. This one certainly lived up to the hype, and just don't go in with your expectations too high. Don't go and say, okay, this is gonna be the new Illmatic or whatever it is. Just expect
it's nothing like that.
Production, solid lyrics.
As you say,
that's it. You'll enjoy it. Yeah.
Right. I have a similar stance on the matter. As I say, it's comparable. As you say, you compare it to Daytona. Yeah, that's all I can see. Nothing brilliant or truly classic brilliance. Just really, really solid business when it comes to rap music. Can't be mad at that.
Exactly. And last things last, I already expect that there are going to be some people out there that's going to find that the album is kind of contradictory, especially when you think about the themes that are addressed now. Like, for one thing, envy and all that kind of stuff. So it's more like he doesn't mind being rich and all that kind of stuff. But I think, I guess it's all in your perspective,
Right. As I said, this is a stereotypical rapper thing, especially with Nas as a person, because Nas was one of those that always kind of market himself as this kind of conscious, enlightened type. And my thing is that, look, I'm a very big fan of Nas, but I never fall for that bullshit front.
Yeah, but you see, when he brought out his second album, It Was Written, that's when his style kind of changed. He started to enjoy the wealth. And I mean, who could blame him, right? And then later on, he had tracks like Hate Me Now, where it's like, you know what? You hated me because I'm making money. Funny, I was just like you, that kind of thing. So yes, that is a part of his pursuit. Anyhow you take it. So yeah, I mean, conscious wise, I know it'll be kind of spotty, but you know, that's just up to you in terms of.
Well, it's one of those. It's one of those. He always marketed himself as this being above the system. You don't want to make money. It's all about the art kind of thing. Now a lot of people put him in that space.
Yeah.
And you know the old joke. You know, I remember Jay-Z made fun of it, and we're going to talk about Jay-Z with respect to that. Is you know the old joke Jay-Z put forward, is it Uchiwale or is it one mic?
Yes, I remember.
You know, you can't go both ways with respect to that. And yeah, this whole thing with the Khalees thing coming out with respect to that, and in light of this, you'll see how that shake out in terms of what Nas fans is. Now, clearly the black community always had this issue by far when it comes to this, you know, defending artists that do shit, especially the case of like in hip hop and dance. So, I mean, R. Kelly and what you call him, boy, Chris Brown, anyone?
Yes,
right?
Chris
They're
Brown,
probably two most pathological figures. Yeah, Chris Brown and R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Probably two most pathological figures in music in the black community by far. You know, a lot of people defend them still to this day, or at least not, you know, say that they should go down in any serious way. You know, I mean, R. Kelly still has not been, in my opinion, should go to prison at this point.
I know, right?
Still hasn't
Especially
been addressed.
Since he's not putting out anything.
Well, it don't matter. I mean, come on, Kelly is a little beyond the pale.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, you know, in the case of Nas, you know, this doesn't really color my opinion about him in any serious way, but it has to be addressed, especially now when with all of this Me Too movement shenanigans going down. You have to address it and go forward with it good and see what you have to take from it going forward, right?
Yeah.
Am I going to still support Nas? Yes, I still am going to support Nas. It's not like it's not an either or.
Yeah.
It's not an either or, and it's not a particularly extreme moral scenario in my opinion. But you know, you still have to acknowledge it and address it. Nas especially.
Yes.
We'll see it going forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving along now to the surprise project that just literally dropped out of nowhere. The Beyonce and Jay-Z collaboration by the Carters, as they call themselves now, called Everything Is Love. Is Everything Is Love? I don't know. But okay, so I haven't listened to it as I said at the very beginning, but I'm guessing that it's gonna be a mixture of hip hop and R&B, more like half basically, because of course you have Beyonce doing the whole R&B shtick and Jay-Z doing what Jay-Z does. So how did this work out?
Well, that's the thing. The R&B shtick was kind of funny because Beyonce was actually rapping in this a lot.
Oh, a lot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she actually rapped in this.
In rap and stuff
she wasn't
like that,
right, but she wasn't bad. As I said, the track that starts out is the big hit track that is Ape Shit, which has a great video by the way for it.
Yeah, I saw the. Well, I haven't watched the video, but I know it's out right now.
Well, it's a little pretentious on the end, and I'll admit this album has a couple cringe-worthy tracks. There's another track called 7113. Pull out a list on you if you could. Pull out a list just to give me a sense of it. No.
Right, so the list is as follows: Summer, Ape Shit, Boss, Nice, 713, Friends, Heard About Us, Black Effect, and Love Happy.
Right, so just okay. So where does Summer? Summer is okay opening track. Not I don't love it, but alright. Ape Shit is probably the big standout track for me. Is Beyonce basically kind of doing a little trap something, and it actually sounds quite good. It's a solid track that flows really well, real bumping club track. What's the next one?
Boss,
Boss, great track. I had reservations about it, but it was a little cringy because of Beyonce is rapping in this one. Well, she didn't really do that much rapping, but it's like a good working track going forward. What's the next one as well?
All right, fourth one is Nice.
All right, Nice. I didn't listen to this one. I kind of skipped this one. But it's an okay track. Don't love it. But I had fun with it going into it. Wait, I should say they could have done a little offense or putting her forward with respect to that now. So I don't know.
All right, next track is 713.
Right. This track I actually like, but it's really cringeworthy because they reference basically it's like 187 now, and they make a lot of references to Still Diary.
Oh,
remember that song?
I thought you were gonna see Deep Cover from it.
No, yeah, it has a lot of references to that because it's the 713 and they do a lot of that, area code references and stuff. No.
Yeah.
But it's not a particularly brilliant track on its own. This is probably a little cringeworthy track because of the references to Still the Arena. It's like, oh, you're in this? Okay.
Okay. Next track is Friends.
Yeah. Friends, I didn't listen to this too much. It's a decent enough track. But overall, this album kind of fire in that sense. But I didn't listen to this track. It's kind of skippable.
Right. Next track is Heard About Us.
Pretty good track. This one I stuck on with it bumping. It have a nice little solemn beat in it, little energy. Overall, I will say this is probably one of my favorite tracks on the album between this and Ape Shit.
Okay.
Probably my second favorite track.
Right, next track, because they have 9 tracks here, not 7, haha. Because Jay don't want to do what Kanye doing, haha. Black Effect.
Right. Black Effect is a pretty kick-ass track. This actually surprisingly engaging though. I didn't expect this to be, what they did with it. Was surprisingly entertained with this track. A lot of it worked, and it's not a standout, but it's a class. Not a classic, but it's a standout. It's a pretty good track. Probably my third favorite.
Right, and final track is Love Happy.
Pretty good track. Nice closing track for the album. Nothing worth writing home about again, but you would like it none the same.
Okay. I will give this a listen for sure. I will make the effort to do a review of it in the next episode here, because I really want to dig in deep. You know me, I had to focus on lyrics and what's going on and yada, right? So you could expect that in the next episode.